This is the first installment of 47-year-old guy brings his own Let's Play game to the table with Elder Scrolls Arena, or Fusyog Bulb Gat Tatwesa. I think I bring something new to the Elder Scrolls Arena Let's Play video scene, and that includes a well-worn sense of cynicism, as well as a light sense of humor and more than a touch of sarcasm, as well as an apology for the poor quality of my microphone. I love the Elder Scrolls series. I started with Arena, then Daggerfall, played with both Redguard and Battlespire, played Morrowind to death, and while I liked Oblivion a lot, I also have more than a few bones to pick with that game. Well, be that as it all may, what you came here was for the game here. The quality of the microphone is actually fine. It doesn't work all that well with the game and the program that I'm using to record the game, and so altogether I do apologize. And I apologize as well for the fact that there is no sound with the game, because if I have sound, then you can't hear me talking. There's just this slightly underneath the sound of the game. So anyway, we're going to start a new game. And then there's the story of the game, which, if you've played the game before, you already know. And if you haven't played the game before, then you can hit the pause button as the video is being played and go back and read that. Now, in the choice of generator select, I usually choose select. Sometimes generate is fun, but today especially, and on this whole video series, I'm going to select because I'm going to take the warrior. I'm not really into the magic using types. Just give me the tank. And for a name, I'm going to choose the name Frex, because as we all know, in the land of Tamriel, everybody has names like Frex, especially in Cyrodiil. But my character is female, and I'm choosing, just because I like the Redguard people in Hammerfell. And so, why yes, I am choosing Hammerfell. And then more of the story, which you either have seen or you haven't seen, or some mix of the two. Now, these aren't bad statistics, and 16 points is very good. I like that. So I'm going to spend a large portion of it on strength. We're going to ignore intelligence and willpower because, again, I'm not the magic using type. Put a little more into agility, some into speed, get my endurance up a little, and then we'll actually spend some on luck in case I find, some candy bars and cans of soda pop on the streets of Tamriel. And then we finish. Save stats. Yes, I will now choose my appearance. That's always just been an ugly look, and I don't really like that, but oh, the red-headed Redguard. We'll choose that. I choose that, Mommy. And then it is Rhea Silmaine with her story, and it's a good story. But either you've seen it or you haven't, in which case there's the pause button. And so you're already dead. It's good to be dead. Unless you're playing the game. And now we start off in the cell. And oh look, I see the golden glint of a ruby key. Huh. Ruby key. Well, anyway, I choose you, ruby key. And then we're going to head on out through the door. introduce, it's not a cheat. It breaks the spirit of the game, though not the letter of the game. Here is our first batch of treasure outside the door. I'm going to save my game. And here it is, called In the Sewers. Hey, how nice that that was pre-chosen for me. Now I am saving before I look at the treasure, because I might have to use the spell of reload. We take a look at the treasure, and that might not be too bad. And then once again, actually, what I need to do is check my inventory to see if what treasure is any good or not. Broadsword, not a bad weapon to have. We'll equip that. And then I'll actually bring it up so it's usable, so that when we take a look at the treasure, plate gauntlets along with some gold, that's actually not a bad batch of treasure, so we'll get that. And then I'll go back into my inventory, hello inventory. And don't worry, I'm probably not going to yammer the entire time that I'm doing these. Hopefully just at spots when it's required that I speak. But you never know. Since there is no sound in the game, I have to take up the frightening silence with something. One thing I do a lot is to call up my map. I have a poor sense of where I am in real life and in video games, and so I call up my map almost to an annoying degree. Now, where you're supposed to go is to the west and to the south, and as you can see from the size of this map, to the west and to the south is quite a distance you can go, and in fact to the east and to the north is quite a distance. But we're not just going to rush over here and get out as fast as we can. We're going to examine each and every spot on this map, because we need the experience and we need the gold for when we get out of here. Under best case circumstances, it's best to be about 5th level if possible when you exit this place. Now, the problem with not having any sounds is I'm not going to be able to tell when there's any monsters except when they start beating on my head, as like this goblin was doing from behind. How nice of him. So we'll just examine this little cave that he came from, and as we can see, cave is actually the wrong word. It is a cell. And we'll head back out. I like these niches, but you know, they still come and find me way too often. Haha, Ghoster Goblin. You cannot withstand my mighty weapon of metal. Oh, I'm being beaten on by a rat. I am not going to survive this, I can tell. So we're going to go into this niche, save the game, which you should do a lot while playing. Oh, goody. Enemies are near. Well, hopefully I'll be able to survive long enough to actually make this last a full first episode. Oh, goody. I gained a level of experience from beating on rats and goblins. We'll spend this all on strength so I can increase the amount of garbage I can carry around with me. Literal garbage. Just clothes wrappers and bits of dirt and twigs. Is there something else chewing on me? No, just my apparent health went down, but that's just because what it can be went up. And then we'll shift M to leap. Leap to safety. Well, there's water behind me. You know, this might actually be a good place to try resting. Until fully healed, thank you. Oh, well. We'll try it again. Enemies are nearby. Oh, a rat from over there. Ugh, I am not going to survive till the end of even this first episode. Ugh. Let's move away from that so the rats can't chew on me from behind, and try this one more time. That's not what I meant to do. Rest until fully healed, we'll try. Ha ha ha! Oh, well, that was amusing. Goodbye, Frex. I wish you peace. Well, I'm glad you wish me peace in the afterworld. Well, so much for the very first episode of Fuss Yog Bulb Gat to Twisa. We'll see if there's another episode when I am finished being frustrated with the first. Thank you very much.